This the ghetto. You gotta know how to survive. I'm not a racist person, so gentrify it.
I started off selling drugs at a young age because of the things I wanted, you know?
I know 30 people in this neighborhood that have been shot already.
We got the right to choose our own future and stand up for right and wrong, y'all.
Yeah. We're here in Chicago where the DNC is going on. However, all the hotels are totally full, super expensive. We could not afford to stay there, so we're gonna show you the neighborhood that we are staying in.
It's in West Chicago. It's right on East Garfield Park. Now, for those of you who don't know Chicago well, that is one of the most dangerous neighborhoods, not just in Chicago, but in the country. So we decided to walk around, talk to locals, and cover the DNC from this side of Chicago.
This is the apartment we rented for the week. You've got 6 cameras, 3 dead-bolted doors, but we're gonna go take a walk around, see what's going on, show you the neighborhood.
1976 Buick Century.
What is it?
1976 Buick Century.
Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh my goodness.
So those like recently got built maybe
got-
about 10 to 15 years ago, maybe.
Is this getting gentrified a bit?
Oh yeah, it's definitely getting gentrified.
This gas station screams gentrification right here.
Well, the whole area screams gentrification. And if you look at the way that they got everything built in the middle of the streets, the pillars and everything,
Yeah.
how they divide the streets and stuff now,
Yeah.
it wasn't never like that.
Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
For me, it's good, because I'm sick of all the bullshit. And I'm not a racist person, so gentrify it. You know what I'm saying?
Gentrify up.
Because when black people, when we hear that word gentrify, we normally look at it like, oh shit, the white people coming to take the fucking neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't look at it like that, because if it's somebody, don't matter the color or who they are, if they're gonna make it a better place for my kids to grow up in, then fuck it, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as we can all live in harmony, which I believe that's what God put us down here for anyway, to all live in harmony, all us to get along. We humans, we not a fucking race. We a race of humans.
Yeah. What's the bullshit in the neighborhood?
Man, the kids killing kids. It's not enough, it's not enough. I ain't gonna even say it's not enough opportunities, because there are opportunities here, but you have to be able to show these kids the opportunities that's presented for them. And then make it where it's interesting. I feel like us as adults, we have to gain control and show them that there is another way. You don't have to do shit the way that we doing it.
We've heard a lot of people bring up video games too. You talk about social media, music, and they say like Grand Theft Auto. Well, nobody's jacking this car though. This thing's safe. This thing's safe right here.
I mean, think back in the day when we were coming up, you had the simulation as far as driver's ed. And you drove on the video game and it taught you how to drive, and eventually you put yourself in the real car and you drove.
It's like practice,
so you gotta look at it's the same shit. If I'm simulating you into thinking that, man, shooting and robbing is fucking regular, you know what I'm saying, like it's normal, then you're gonna look at it as it's a normalcy. You're gonna bring it out here, you're gonna do it, and if it works for you, you're gonna keep doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I also feel like, okay, right, we're not gonna be able to stop the video games from being created. We're not gonna be able to stop the music from being created. Like, let's be like honest about the whole thing, you know what I mean? So we're not gonna be able to stop that, but what we can do is show them like, it's different ways. That shit is not real, you know what I mean? That's a video game. You can get out here and you can do that in the streets, but the consequences of what, you don't get a restart in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm 44, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I come from this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I used to gang bang, I used to fucking steal cars, everything, you know what I mean? But by the grace of God, I have no felonies, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to move around. I don't fucking even went back to school to better myself. So it's like, man, you gotta want better for yourself, and then you have to be the change that you want to see. So I figure if kids see me, like with these cars and stuff, this is what I do, this is what I go to school for, paint cars. I painted this car myself.
No way.
Look at this.
Like, if you go to school and learn something, you take a love of what you got and you make money from it, you'll never work a day in your life. And I got that from my brother and my father. So like, I take what I love and I keep it going. And I know as kids that see this, you'll probably think I'm selling drugs or anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not for that, you know what I'm saying? It's to show you like, man, you can do this. I did all this with my bare hand. I bought this car from a junkyard.
If you were to talk to like a 16-year-old who's hanging with the rough crowd, thinking about getting into the streets, getting into drugs, getting into gangs, what's your pitch for him to not do that and choose a life like you did, where you're entrepreneurial and Doing it the hard way.
You're way better than that. This shit is simple. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta ask yourself, what are you hustling for? You like, what are you doing wrong for? Why would you want to be in the gang? Most people that in a gang, they lack family. So I would say, like, if you don't have family, man, find someone who's positive that you can cling to and listen to them. Get the same shit off working the job. You know what I'm saying? You might get it a little slower, but it's safer. And guess what? I can ride around in this big ass green car and ain't gotta worry about being a target for somebody trying to shoot at me because I didn't like some shit they did or I'm in another fucking gang. And ask yourself, do that shit make sense to you to walk around in life? Like, that's not life. That's not life to live like that.
Appreciate this.
Gerald?
Yep.
All right, you said you lived in the neighborhood for like 70 years, right?
Yeah. Well, this is the second largest crime area in the city of Chicago.
East Garfield Park specifically?
Yes. Inglewood is #1.
Is that south side?
Yes.
What kind of violence? Gang
This
violence?
is all gang violence, drug violence, everything.
Do you worry about that? Or if you mind your own business, are you good?
I'm good. Nobody bothers me. 90% of the kids that live in this neighborhood, I knew their parents. You know, I helped bury some of them and, you know, things like that. Help their kids grow up in this neighborhood. You know, so they have a little bit of respect for me, more or less. The gangs are fighting over turf for drug control and stuff like that. That's the major issue around here. 70% of them don't work, so you can just assume the money they make is do the trafficking, drugs, or something else like that.
Yeah.
The first thing to do is buy a car.
Is it like there aren't enough jobs or they just aren't looking for jobs?
No, their parents started a long time ago. I can go back when my kids were small, and they had like a show and tell or something like that in the school. And the teacher asked one African American kid, you know, like, what does your mom do? You know, my mom stays home and shit, but she gets a check every month. It broke my heart when I thought that he actually thought that his parents not working, collecting welfare was an actual job.
How have the demographics changed here?
They changed in like after like in the 70s and early 80s. The people that lived here that were fairly well off, they just all left.
Really?
These people just started buying up all the buildings, all the African Americans that could afford it.
So it became more of a black neighborhood?
Yeah, in early 80s. Everything went downhill from there.
Is there a big police presence around here with crime so high?
I have a brother and sister that are police officers. They work in this district. Look, they're just doing their job. They won't come out here at night.
Too dangerous?
I'm up until 6 or 7. I might have seen one squad car pass by, maybe 2.
It's kind of like a police dead zone. Do you think the average person wants more police presence here?
I think they feel a lot better of it because, to tell you the truth, when anything happens around here to us, I mean Latinos and blacks and everything like that, police are real slow to respond. But if someone like yourself, or a female that was white and got mugged here, this place would be swarming with police. Somebody gets shot around here, you know, 10, 15 people call the police and the ambulance. It takes them 45 minutes, an hour to get here. I know 30 people in this neighborhood that have been shot already.
Jeez.
I can't tell you how many I know that got killed.
Everybody need love.
Everybody need love.
My best friend. When my family's feeling like shit, the dogs come for me. When I'm feeling sad, they know I'm feeling sad. It's a wonderful neighborhood. It's a wonderful way. It's just the people, man. It's just the people. This block was, when I was a kid, this block had money. It was prosperous. But look at the day.
Yeah.
Look at the day. Nobody got no guidance, no counsel, no love.
So you say there's a difference, this side of the street is different vibe than the other side of the street.
So we keep our shit clean. Them gangbangers over there can't point. They don't give a fuck.
Do you worry about them or you
I worry about the future. With our future, we fucked up.
How is parenting different on this block back in the day versus now?
Everybody was a close-knit family. I could take a neighborhood, a village that love a kid. Everybody like
A village.
They'll tell my mama. I'm gonna tell your mama. Back in the day, he got to whoop my ass, and then when he told my mama, she whooped my ass. That's how it used to be. Today, free slave, it's like we don't give a fuck about it. It's like we want to kill each other. I know, I don't de-racial, but we don't love. The love is gone. I got a gay son, I got a gay daughter. I tell my kids, it's my job to love you unconditionally. I'm your daddy, no matter who you are. Gay or straight, no, you can love each other. I got white friends, I got black kids, I had a white wife, I had 4 wives. White, black, Samoan, and a Puerto Rican. So,
wow, you hit for the cycle.
And I'm 56.
You have all 4.
And I still got, I'm 10 girlfriends. I'm 56 to make a little nothing over 35. I'm the most popular thing on their block. They call me Uncle June. Cause I'm about my swagger, Uncle June. So I'm about my swagger, cause I'm love everybody cool. I got the coolest, I'm like a friend. In Mississippi, they call me a friend. I live in 30 states too. I'm the coolest black dude or Negro you ever want to meet.
Hey, buddy.
That's a girl.
Oh, hey, girlie.
I ain't gonna bite a flea.
She nice. What's her name?
Storm, like the
Storm.
Stormy night. She's black. Come on now.
Yeah.
Both of us right in your heart.
Yeah.
Your daughter get raped. You want your daughter to carry that rapist baby for the rest of her life and deal with that pain and hurt. My baby got raped. I had 2 kids that raped. Everybody got the right to say who can choose what the fuck they want to do with their own body. And Republican, I don't give a fuck about who they is, a race or not, but you're wrong. No man got to dictate, but the Alpha and Omega, the Alpha and Omega. That's Jesus, God, Jesus, Allah, and many names, Jehovah, all the names. You know what I mean? Emmanuel, we got the right to choose our own future. And stand up for right and wrong, y'all. Yeah. Yo, welcome to the ghetto. New York got a ghetto. Y'all in Chicago fucking ghetto.
This trenches right here, man. It's rough right here, man. Hey, man, you gotta stay to yourself, man. Cause you don't stay to yourself,
we hard workers. We don't game.
Man, it's a good neighborhood if you stay in your own lane. But other than that, this the ghetto. This the rough part of it.
Yeah.
You gotta know how to survive. Everything ain't easy.
We won't move, we don't silver spoon. No, we got to say.
All right, here we go. See how many we can get.
Lay it down.
All right, baby.
Little man in June. We gonna pump you up. Right on the spot. The west side of Chicago. This is the west side. West side?
What part of Chicago are we in right now?
We in
Garfield Park.
West side, yeah, Garfield Park basically.
What's the neighborhood like?
It's pretty chill. Like it's been the same people for years. It's been the same people for years. As long as you don't get yourself mixed up in the wrong stuff, then it's peaceful.
A lot of people talking about there's like a lot of gang action around here. Is it easy to, do you guys know how to like stay out of it?
Yeah, literally right across, keep doing what
you
you're doing. Don't like get mixed up in that stuff.
Yeah.
Just focus
live
on
your life, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
What do y'all want to be when you're older?
Rich. Bro, yeah. Look, I'm gonna be a truck driver for like a year and then work in a park district.
Truck driver
I like that.
crazy.
I like that.
So you know how much money
I want to be a psychiatrist, like a therapist.
You got the glasses.
You need therapy.
You got the light.
I just want to be an entrepreneur, just have some money.
I love it.
Why is the South Side so much more notorious? Like a lot of people who aren't from Chicago, they know, South Side. That's kind of
because it's big.
It's bigger.
It's bigger.
It's more. More land, more territory.
It's like 2 or 3 West Sides put together.
Interesting.
There's so many gangs like it's so many I don't need. Like I used to know like some of the name of the gangs, but now they just make up gangs. Like this block a gang, you go to that block, it's a gang. It's like you get 5 or 10 group of people and they make their own gang up.
No matter where you are in the city, there are different organizations that have these violence intervention programs. So wherever you go, you can probably call an organization that has the program for people to connect and have resources.
So you all talked about people as young as 13 getting involved in violence, or teenagers.
Yes.
How do they get pulled into that world?
Absentee family members
for parents. A lot of the younger kids really don't set out to say, hey, I want to be in this gang. But lack of resources, absentee parents, or whatever is not being provided in the home, they're seeking it in the streets. So I think, and they just kind of get entangled with the wrong crowd.
And a lot of them come from playing the gangs, and they see the shootings and the carjackings. The games that's out on the
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, replicate what they saw in the game that they just played, and a lack of guidance. So even if it's a lack of parenting in the household, it might be the lack of guidance. The kids don't have the mentors to look up to.
What's this neighborhood like?
I mean, it's decent, but like, it ain't bad over there. It is bad, but not real bad, you feel me? They be shooting there once in a while, but down there, that's where they really get the shooting at.
Yeah.
Nah, but I'm a good kid, though.
Yeah.
I stay out the way. I do what I can.
I love it.
I always stay safe. Chicago, a dangerous place, I ain't gonna lie. It really is, Dangerous. Keep your head on the swivel. Watch where you going. Watch who you hang around. For real, for real.
It could be your own people. You never know.
Really.
Can you guys stay out of it, or do they leave you alone if you don't
I mean, involved? Some hoods do, you feel me? Some people, but I stay out of what I can, you feel me?
Yeah.
I know I'm into my fair share of people, but you feel me? I try not to, bring the violence, because good kid.
Right.
Violence is not the answer, unless it's needed.
So I came home from jail. That's when I started the moving company. Then I started furniture a year ago too. Then it's my first store.
So you got out of jail, you started a business?
Yeah, I started my first business. But when I first came home, I was still selling drugs and stuff. Then I just went legit. That's when my mom ended up passing away. Then that's when I started my moving company. And then from the moving company, I met some more other people. And that's when I started the furniture company.
Wow.
It's a whole nother new beginning and everything. Just legit way. And I just said, forget all the hustling and stuff. So I just tried to pick up some new trade. It's the same stuff though. It's just I'm just selling couches and stuff and selling drugs. That's all it is. When I first came home from jail, it was a program called Ready Chicago. So I started going out, and it was just picking up trash and stuff, and I was just saving my work checks and stuff. And I was talking to my friend, good friend of mine, Trent. He was in the business with the mountain TVs and stuff like that. So I had a good always support system with trying to get back up on my feet. It was a little hard, but it's gonna be hard for the moment, but you gotta really want it though. So if you figure out how you want your life to go, you're gonna be cool and satisfied. So you just can't can't just give up. You just keep pushing to do better in life. But you gonna have to want it though. You just can't have to say you want. You got to put the footwork in and do it. I started off selling drugs at a young age because the things I wanted, and the household I was in, we wanted the riches, but we was cool. But I wanted better things too. So I decided to sell drugs on my own. But it's gonna be hard though. It's all about how you make it. It's not an excuse, and you can always change. You can always change and do whatever you want to do. That's how I look at it. I'm 26 and I got 2 companies, so if I could do it, anybody can do it. And I got a felony, I don't got no high school diploma, so it's all about your mindset and how you want your life to go.
Okay, so that was East Garfield Park. That is where the broke boy news companies like us are staying. Meanwhile, the big news companies, billions and billions of dollars, are staying down there. That's the Loop, downtown Chicago. We're gonna go down there next, show you what that's like.
It's not a train ride from East Garfield if someone's not smoking crack right next to you, as we just learned. Unbelievable. Okay, so some of the media members at the DNC are conservative media, and some of them are staying in there. That's confirmed. Staying in Trump Tower, which is a beautiful tower. Insane views, by the way, of the city. Unbelievable views. The best. The best.
So we are in the Hyatt Regency, one of the DNC hotels downtown. Beautiful 5-star hotel. We're gonna check it out.
Okay, so right now the hotel bar, the hotel lobby, pretty empty because they're all at the DNC. This is Thursday night, the last night. Kamala's speaking tonight. There's gonna be a special guest. So everybody's gone, although we did just see some people return because they ran out of seats.
So now, one thing you gotta know is to get into the DNC, you can't just show up, right? To get a ticket, you have to know somebody, you have to be a donor, a delegate, something like that. You have to have connections with the party. And to get in as press, you've got to apply 6 to 7 months in advance. You have to know somebody to get approved for the credentials. So really, if you're independent media, you're kind of stuck on the outside, whether that's by design or not, who knows? But that's the reality, is if you're someone that doesn't necessarily know the rules of the game, you are not gonna get in here.
Fairmont, Chicago, showing off the DNC right there. You gotta love it. When I stay here, this place screams Medicare.
Do you think anyone staying in this place is on any kind of social medicine, anything?
None. They see this and go, votes. We get votes. Holding this up.
Okay, so now we're in the Radisson Blue across the street from the Fairmont. Here there is an art gallery in the lobby. Cheapest rooms tonight, $556.
You might be wondering, why does it matter that we're staying in an Airbnb in the worst neighborhood in Chicago and the media are staying in these 5-star hotels? And the reality is that it just reinforces the notion, it's not a moral thing, but that the media see the world through their elite prism. They disproportionately come from elite backgrounds, they're staying among the rich, they take their Cadillacs to the DNC, and it goes to show that they claim to represent all, but they really sort of experience a more narrow sliver.
And one thing that's unique about Chicago is the downtown center here is called the Loop, right? It's a contained loop of skyscrapers, 5-star hotels, the business district. So if you're staying here, you probably aren't even seeing the city. You know, you're going from here, being shuttled out there and back. Now, one thing we're gonna make clear is we're not trying to hate on these people. After all, if we had the money, we'd probably stay in a hotel like that, and we'd probably drive a car like that. The fact is we don't, and that's why we're able to do what we do, go out and actually talk to people. A lot of media, a lot of people up there at the DNC, you know, they're staying there, they're driving that, and that changes the way you see the world just a little bit. So if you enjoyed this, if you want to see more of these videos, like, subscribe, stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching.